your beef? Why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
the
you
pool
are.
house is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome, everyone. I decided to go early because it's storming out, and I don't want to have. Well, I have my laptop on, so please get the thumbs up for the members stream. I am standing. This the device that's holding my laptop right now, I got for free. It's actually meant for a TV or a stereo, but it's the perfect height for me to do some live streams. I know I need to work on the lighting. I decided to change from you looking at my CRTs to looking at the Armageddon poster, which RJ is here. Hey, RJ.
Hello.
I'm going to put you smaller just because I'm showing off my new... I'm still working on my room. I just plugged in my Xbox mini fridge. Not the small one, the big one I got from Walmart. Okay. I loaded up the beer, and then my wife was calling. It's storming really bad out there. I'm like, I'm unplugging it. I'm not setting up my... So I'm not even going to have a beer tonight unless it's warm. I could have a warm beer because I unplugged my Xbox mini fridge. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm doing okay.
Wish the best for everyone dealing with the crazy weather around the world.
Yeah, it looks like Florida's got a big storm coming too.
Oh, man. Another one.
I know, it is another one back to back.
Oh, no. This is really rough. So count your blessings, really. Let's really put things in perspective, everyone. People complaining about entertainment stuff on the internet, it's annoying. But, people's livelihoods and small businesses are at risk, and just be happy that you are okay with your family and reach out to people. And if you have the means, help others out, It's a really rough time right now. Wish the best for everyone. Isaac, the link is in the community section for members if you want to pop in, me and RJ. Mm-hmm. There is great news from James Gunn, and I have to be real. I do understand that I'm more likely to do a funny James Gunn thumbnail than a Zack Snyder, so I guess that does show my bias.
Well, I was gonna say I'm surprised you're going with this as your headline.
I just thought it was fun. I just thought it was funny.
Well, no, I was saying I'm surprised you're going with this and not the Joker 2 situation.
What's the Joker 2 situation? People don't like it. I don't know if. Oh, hold on, my wife's calling. Hold on a second. Hold the fort, RJ.
I would have laughed if he kept himself unmuted. But yeah, it's been a good little weekend. Saw Joker 2, just kind of took it easy today. Figured I'd stop by for a little bit before I head on to bed. Another work week starting tomorrow. Yay. But yeah. I do miss coming on here and being around more often, but work and life, such is life sometimes. But yeah, and it's October, so go watch some spooky movies. I want to watch The Substance. I'm waiting for that to hit streaming though. Just don't think I'm gonna get a chance to see it in theaters.
Yeah, that looks really good. The Substance.
Yeah.
So if you're available, Isaac, you jump on. I guess people are busy. There's just so much going in the world. Thank goodness. Count your blessings too that we talk about entertainment stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So what I was getting at earlier, though, is I'm surprised you're not talking about the Joker 2 stuff because it's not good. The box office is not good.
I heard it's doing
And also the
good.
cinema score is like the worst ever for a comic book movie ever.
Yeah. Oh, Sticks Boy's coming in.
Yeah.
Hey Sticks Boy. I saw your comment the other day where you're like, "Hey, where's the Baltimore Comic-Con coverage?" I have it on my phone. I just got to do a wrap-up video.
All right.
You know how when you come back from an event and it's like, "Oh, I got to think about what I did and the stuff I got." But some of it's right here. So, this is the 2 that you gave me, and I found this yesterday. The resale
Oh,
stock.
great.
They were saying the $11, $1 a tape. And I said, "Can you just do 10? I know there's 11 tapes, so give it to me for 10. I shop here all the time." He's like, "All right." So I get it for 10. So I just need the first 2, and then I'll start an order.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I have the entire series, and I have the Highlander Raven VHS set.
Oh, really? Highlander Raven? I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, Highlander Raven. It was a spinoff.
So RJ was talking about. I'm gonna take this off. I did it. Getting a little warm in here.
Don't mind Batman brooding over here over my shoulder.
So RJ, what else were you saying about the Joker 2 situation? Just the box office? Is that it? And people don't like it?
Well, no, I was just saying, I was surprised you weren't talking about that, like with the thumbnail saying epic disaster.
I'm not happy when things are epic disaster. I just honestly, they probably would left it there unless it was a $1 billion film. Then they would have come back for a third one, you know? So they probably would have left it there anyway. I think I'm not that sad because first off, everyone involved got a big paycheck and they completed a story they wanted to tell. I'm more upset when things fail, when they don't get an end, some type of conclusion, and Hollywood just leaves it. So,
right.
It's not the best thing. I wish it would be successful, but maybe it's one of those films that's appreciated more later. Cult classic. I think it, like, how Joe says, there's lots of movies, great movies, people don't, take,
Well,
support
let me ask
monetarily.
you this: why do you think that it's been so rejected out the gate?
I think once they announced the sequel, people's imaginations ran wild, including myself. And I think
I remember you said
also.
I remember you were saying, "No, this movie's going to be huge." I remember.
Yeah,
that.
I thought it was, and even my anticipation has waned. Like I haven't. Sticks, did you get to see it?
I have not seen it, but from what I heard, I'm going to go off from what I've heard. I think the difference between the first and this one, are kind of the differences that you don't want in a sequel, because the first one hit really well, and this one, for whatever reason, they've gone on a different cycle with the music and the plot of it not being too much the same. But I don't know. I haven't seen it. I tried watching the first one a few months ago. I couldn't get through it.
You're not a fan of the first one either.
I didn't grip me. Didn't keep me watching. So
okay. No. It was a different time when the first one hit. People weren't. I think part of the, no matter how, to answer your question, RJ, no matter how good this movie would be, is part of the reason the first one was so successful is you're like, oh, this is different. Even with the trailer, so you only get that lightning in a bottle once of like, oh, they're doing something different with this movie, and then you kind of already know where they're going to try to subvert expectations, make you think. And then the first one may have been more, from what I hear without spoilers, the first one may have been more open-ended for interpretation than the sequel, is my guess. Like the sequel kind of gives them a little more answers. And people don't like that either.
So I take it then just, out of curiosity.
There's bound to be people disappointed when you start answering questions for the first one.
Yeah, I know you love your reaction videos. I take it you didn't watch Grace's movie Math?
No, I didn't. We could watch a little bit.
If you want to.
What I'm going to start to do for reactions, though, just for you, RJ, why would it make me depressed? Box office is bad?
Well...
She didn't like it? I thought she liked it.
No, she didn't like the movie, but also too like it's a very doom and gloom for Hollywood video.
I don't. But I think what people were. I think here people were overreacting. Just like the person that Joe brought up the article the other day, where like Megalopolis, and Joker followed. It's not doom and gloom. Just last month, people were saying Hollywood's back. It's just not every movie's going to mass market. It's going to make money. People are going to watch it. At least it told its story. You could re-release Joker and Joker 2 together and Steelbook and 4K combos, and it's not going to hurt. And people are going to buy the first one now more than they would have without the second. That's the other reason why Hollywood consistently does sequels, reboots, and everything, because you have those people. Oh, the first one was so much better, and then they go buy the first one, and then you have other audience that go buy the second one or go buy a combo pack with both. It doesn't. It's not doom and gloom. Megalopolis was just a disaster from what I heard. Now even Joe says that was garbage. I shouldn't say it that way. That kind of throws some shade at Joe. Joe's got unique taste. I appreciate his point of view, and he tries to find the greatness in everything. But if he doesn't have any redeeming qualities about the movie, I'm really starting to think there's not anything good there. And just the stories from behind the scenes as well. So
there's also a Star Wars story today I saw.
Star Wars?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
One of the actresses from The Acolyte gave an interview today.
Yeah, she just did exactly the opposite of what the article recommended. I stand with her. I respect her. I didn't even see what she said. I didn't even see what she said.
She called out Disney for not supporting the actors.
Disney
being harassed. Yeah.
What can they do? If they say something, it's going to cause it to intensify.
Yeah. Well,
what could Disney do?
The people who work on that show.
The only way to handle
Disney again, because they don't seem to be very happy with what they did.
The only way to handle trolls is to not feed them and suffocate them.
Don't acknowledge them.
Give them air.
But couldn't you argue though that by canceling the show, it did give them ammo?
No.
You still have to do business.
No, business is business.
Well, honestly, when Ewan McGregor came out and supported Moses Ingram, I retweeted that and stuff, but it didn't help the situation. Honestly, it doesn't help.
Yeah,
it doesn't. I've learned. We've been on the internet for how long, RJ? They're gonna play BS. They're gonna say, "I want to see the proof," when really you shouldn't show the proof because these are people attached to these social media profiles.
The only thing Disney has backtracked on was James Gunn and rehiring him.
I honestly think if like Disney showed the proof and the actual handle, and then a bunch of people went and said, why don't you grow up or be an adult or something, that person could potentially litigate Disney for highlighting their social media. So that's how that's my speculation.
I don't know.
Well, but didn't they
a public forum.
Well, didn't they publicly respond though with the Obi-Wan situation though? Didn't they do that?
But to show exact usernames and stuff.
No. But I'm saying like give a generic statement like they did with Obi-Wan, where they put out a Twitter thread, but then they also had Ewan McGregor film a video. Remember that?
Yeah. I don't know what to say about this anymore, except it's not really helping to address it. And they're not going away either.
Yeah.
Just focus on the good stuff. Agatha. I want to see Agatha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Why isn't my thing working? My StreamYard's acting funky.
I feel like the platform's been having issues the last couple of days.
Like some comments I can't highlight. I can highlight this, but this new person there I can't highlight. Oh God! And now, if you could bring them in, I can't even bring them in.
Wait,
my StreamYard's freezing up.
Okay, let me try and join on the web version, and then I'll come right back and see if I can add people and highlight stuff. Give me 1 second.
What the heck is going on?
I got myself in widescreen mode. I'll just.
I'm gonna leave and come back. Sticks, it'll be like 30 seconds because maybe that'll help fix it. I'll be right back, CJH.
All right, it's Sunday Night Sticks here on the Maniac Show. Hey, RJ, welcome back.
Okay.
There's CJ.
H.
Welcome in, CJH.
I can't see all the
Good.
comments, but I can see some of them at least.
No, I gotta turn on comments here.
So I don't know what's going on. That's weird.
Yeah. StreamYard's been updating in the last few weeks, so
Probably, yeah.
there might be a patch going through tonight or something.
Yeah, just something weird
Or
going
maybe
on.
I don't think there's servers in Florida or anything like that where they might have shut something down. But
Okay, let's see if I can add him.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, can you do stuff now or no?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. That was weird.
Okay.
All right. I know my.
I can't see anybody to it. I didn't see anybody to add. So
Okay.
Can you
I
show
can
us
do that.
comments or no?
Yeah, I could show comments now. I can highlight them. If
There.
you are just getting here, please thumbs up the video. Would really appreciate it. And people that have been engaging on the replay and leaving comments, it's been awesome. I enjoy conversing with you. Isaac is here and RJ is here.
Yay!
Now we're making some progress. How you doing, Isaac?
Doing good.
Yeah. What have you been enjoying lately? Did you want to see Joker 2 or what do you think?
I saw it yesterday.
Oh, you did see it. Did you enjoy it? Without spoilers, please.
I thought the movie was fine. Not as good as the first movie.
Okay. I think RJ agrees with you. He enjoyed it, but you agree RJ not as good as the first one?
I thought it was fine. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as the first movie. I think the first movie, was a bit stronger.
Fine isn't like a glowing endorsement, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But it's not a dumpster fire. It's not like a horrible movie. It's not horrible or anything.
you didn't walk out, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. CJH, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
My camera wasn't working.
Is anyone getting a lot of rain tonight as well?
I have a thunderstorm tonight myself.
Yeah. It's slowed down a little bit. Callie's been hiding under the desk. She doesn't like it. She usually is cool, but today she's like,
well, the weather is bad in so many spots right now. The Sunday night football game has been delayed by an hour because of weather.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Which one? The Dallas game?
Yeah, the Dallas game. Yeah, it's been delayed to almost 10 o'clock Eastern.
If you guys would be so kind to me as just let me know how I sound and look, and I know the lighting needs work. I know that. But if everything else looks good and sounds good here, for me, I'm standing up while streaming now. That'll be better for me too. Okay, so let's
You sound good, by the way. You sound good.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Sticks.
Thank you.
All right, so let me bring up the main thing with James Gunn giving the official update on Wonder Woman. Now, we'll talk about what it means.
Wait, where's Crazy Joe when you need him?
Well, he might be busy. I know me and him go back and forth about whether Gal Gadot is still Wonder Woman, and he feels like okay, here, let's just bring this up. Now, there is now some might say this is a nothing burger. That this update is a nothing burger. But he was asked before about Wonder Woman Paradise Lost, and he said nothing to report before, right? RJ? I don't know the exact quote, but he was just like, nothing yet. Nothing yet. But now...
No, you said something about, recasting.
No, he just said nothing's happening. I don't remember the exact context, but he was like, nothing's happening on it right now. And this is slightly different type of response.
If you're talking about Wonder Woman, at one point he said the decision had been made to recast or not. That was the last I heard out of Wonder Woman.
Which I do think was BS.
Sure.
I think based on the way he's been going, I think I doubt that he would keep Gal? Like
Yeah.
who here thinks that, with respect to Crazy Joe, who here thinks that anyone on the panel that thinks that they're going to keep Gal?
I would like them to keep
I
Gal.
think they're all returning except for Henry Cavill. No, I'm joking.
No.
No.
All right, go ahead, Sticks.
It's going to be someone new. I would love to see Gal continue. I think she's good in the role of Wonder Woman. I think it kind of plays to her strength as an actress, but I think someone new is going to be coming into the Wonder Woman role.
I love Gal, but honestly, I'm at the point where I don't really want her to return anyway. You know, it's just been
again. If you're getting a new Batman and a new
Yeah.
Superman, why would you not get a new?
It's
Wonder
just going to
Woman?
make it weird.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think,
I
Isaac?
think Matt Reeves
Go ahead.
is the
Blueprint.
blueprint.
Oh my god.
He's announcing all these
James
spin-offs.
Gunn's the blueprint.
All these
CJH.
spin-offs are being announced. There's
One
no way
spin-off.
he didn't talk to him.
One spin-off in the
And convince
Penguin,
him.
which he didn't. As far as did he direct any episodes of the Penguin?
Matt Reeves? No, he did not. No.
Okay, he produced it, probably, right?
Well, he's heavily involved in that.
In name.
Yeah, so he's not the blueprint, CJH. He's not a blueprint for a whole universe. James Gunn is.
I think so.
James Gunn's the blueprint.
I think.
Oh,
I think James Gunn convinced Matt Reeves to play ball.
You think that Pattinson's coming to Brave and the Bold?
Whether or not it'll probably be an older Batman. So whether or not Robert Pattinson still is playing that Batman,
Can I ask real quick?
it would still be the same universe.
Yeah, you go ahead, Sticks.
Is the question whether or not Matt Reeves holds the key to that Batman movie line? Because if that's the question, I think Matt Reeves in that Batman world is in charge of that world, but not anything outside of that world.
CJH, what makes you so intense about Matt Reeves?
Well,
because you like the Apes movies so much, or because you like Batman so much, or you just like I'm confused as if you like Matt Reeves, the Apes movies, or you just really like the Batman that much.
I liked both. I actually enjoyed the Batman a lot.
Okay.
To
be honest,
I think
with
that
you,
and Blue Beetle should have been like the introduction to the DCU.
Okay. Well, to some people that are Matt Reeves and Batman fans might be completely against you, CJH, and say, I want it to be its own thing.
That's fine.
Okay.
But,
now, if they announce
that
they're going to combine them, I'll roll with it. But
I'm fine either way. If they want to include it, they can. If they don't want to, they don't have to.
I don't think they will.
I mean, you got to think of it this way. The general public are probably would be like, oh, another Batman remake. Another cast in Batman. Here we go again. No, that's what the general public are going to be like.
But I think if they acknowledge the fact of two separate universes, the general audience will be all right with it. Don't you?
I think Warner Brothers. I think there's still going to be some normies that are going to be confused, and I also think Warner Brothers, even though you could do it in comics and animation, different Batman, and at the same time, Batman movies probably been released coinciding with each other. It's a hard pill to swallow in the theaters.
Well, now I think you just have to Marvel has introduced the multiverse, so the general public will assume that they're going to meet at some point.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think you just have to make, if they're doing another Batman, you just have to make him very distinct and very stylistically different. Like, it has to feel completely, tonally different.
I agree with that.
Aesthetically different from what Matt Reeves is doing. It has to feel completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, here is the massive update from James Gunn. Very elaborate plans for Wonder Woman and Paradise Lost. So, a person on Threads, probably, I don't know if this is Threads or X, James Gunn has confirmed progress on Paradise Lost in the DCU's Wonder Woman. Understandably, Octavia's Superwoman women, sorry. Any progress on Paradise Lost or Wonder Woman? I can imagine a few drafts being sent in, and James Gunn with a thunderous yes. And that's what we get. That's the big update this week. You happy with that update? Yes. RJ, what do you think of this massive update from James Gunn?
I mean, it's good news. I mean,
It's
I'd
great
like to
news.
hear
We got to
stuff
stretch.
moving
We got to
forward.
stretch entertainment news here. Yes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we could talk about Joker too. But no, in all seriousness. Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear it's moving forward. I would imagine, though, he's mostly probably talking about Paradise Lost and not Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
because Paradise Lost is what was announced before.
Right.
I can't imagine that they're beyond the scripting phase, though. They're probably still very early with that project.
Yeah, this does not. This very well could be just means he answered a blanket statement. Yes, that doesn't mean Wonder Woman.
No.
It just says any progress. So the way he picks, we know this, right, RJ? I've been more critical of James Gunn than you have, but we do know that he picks certain people to respond to based on their answer, that he could be a little bit more vague without revealing too much. I think. Do you think that's a pattern?
Well,
for
yeah,
James,
of course.
RJ?
Of course he's going to be selective with what he answers in
picked
response
the
to, yeah.
person. I'm sure he gets so many questions about Wonder Woman and Paradise Lost. And basically
people want to know what's going on with Wonder Woman for sure.
Also, and some might say this is expert social media handling, because all they asked is any progress on Paradise Lost or Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Any movement, yeah.
He could have just talked to one person and that's progress. You know?
Yeah. They could have picked a caterer, you know.
Yeah. Yes.
You talked to RJ.
Most likely, though, like RJ said, this is probably Paradise Lost, and that does not necessarily mean Wonder Woman, unless it's like a Wonder Diana as a little girl, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
and then they hire an actress for when she gets older.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Wonder Woman appearing in the show at some point. I think that's kind of the idea. Like, you're going to launch the character with the show, and, you know, have her appear. I mean, you could even have, like, Wonder Woman narrate the show. Or, like, she's, like, the lead-in, and, like, she's told the history of the Amazonians or something. Like, you could work it in a way to where it's going to serve two purposes of exploring Amazonian culture and history while also introducing the next Wonder Woman.
Make it seem autobiographical.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, like maybe it's like her mom telling her the story or something, or like her people or whatever. Like you could do it in different ways, because it will be a prequel. It will be set like in like hundreds and hundreds of years ago for sure.
Right.
Okay,
that's interesting.
Anthony is here, and I have a quick topic before we talk about the fail, because RJ he is a member. And he really wants to talk about the box office. So I will give an announcement here too. In members mailbag, besides question topics, you can request the reaction of another YouTuber video on a hot take or whatever, but hopefully keep it to a 2 to 3 minute timestamp, because I don't want to react for like an hour.
Any video?
Please use good taste. Use good taste. I prefer
limits.
I prefer not to react to the anti-SJWs anymore, because I don't think it really helps. But if there's something really moronic or stupid, maybe every once in a while. I don't want a bunch of Geeks and Gamers videos in my community section, but if there's something really worthy, maybe. But maybe like hot takes or
I don't know about the Penguin being better than all of them.
Like there was one that John Campy, I got a notification for. He's like, I'm beginning to root for the movie industry to fail because of the mistakes they've made. I'm like, what? And I didn't even watch that video yet. I was thinking about doing I don't know what his take. I wanted to kind of see what his take was there. That was just from the title was stupid. So okay, but here is I'm going to probably clip this out now.
The Penguin is good, but it's not better than most of the Marvel TV shows.
Where did I just say that?
It's a well-crafted show. I'll give you that, but it's not better.
Okay. Now, I don't think this is going to fail, but I will say this, that disgruntled, whether you're validly disgruntled or not, people that are not on board with this new vision. Okay. I want to set the stage. I don't think it's going to fail. If it does fail and then projects start slowing down and not getting the grease to the wheels and start moving forward, and then maybe Warner Brothers does get sold. Let's say we maybe I hope no one would wish for that, but if you're thinking, you're hoping it's going to fail, it's going to move on, and then someone else is going to buy it and they're going to do it right. Anything can happen, really, but I'd love everyone to answer here. What do you think honestly would happen if it didn't succeed and Warner Brothers is sold again or merge with another company?
Netflix will buy it.
We'll get you first, CJ. After me, please. After me. So I think that it's now or never for building a big universe again. I think if it fails just one more time, no one's going to really pump in the money for this. They'll just do Batman and Superman for a while before I do, like, you know how CGH consistently, like, or RJ put Star Wars on ice for a while. It needs a break. If it really does fail, I honestly said when I boycotted the Rise of Skywalker and Solo, I told people, if you do something like this, you're not necessarily going to get what you want. Sometimes big companies that own these IPs just don't do anything with it for a while, or do very little and only do the main characters
I wanted to give
that make
some
content
context
money.
real quick too.
Yeah.
Okay. The last 9 DC movies have all flopped and lost money. Like 9 out of the 10 previous releases. Now there's context behind some of that too, but like just in the
and I don't think you could blame one situation on that either.
some of it was like
you could blame
the pandemic and other stuff too. But like 9 out of the last 10 DC movies have been financial failures.
You could blame Toby Emmerich, Walter Hermana, and those people. And
they're definitely part of the blame.
And Jason Keelar.
There's a lot of pressure on Superman
Anthony
now.
A lot of people have been paid a lot of different money to try to right the ship, and they had their opportunity too, even after that.
For sure. Yeah.
So I don't think you could just fully blame one situation.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying though. Like I feel like the pressure is on for DC to get it right next year with Superman.
Okay, but per se, RJ. But my question: what if it does fail and people are like, "Oh, it's going to be sold off"? Do you think someone else is going to pump in a lot of funds to greenlight all these projects?
Realistically, what would probably happen is, let's say Superman doesn't make a lot of money. Like, let's say it flops. I still think they push ahead a little bit.
I don't.
But if the next movie that comes after Superman flops, I have a sneaking suspicion. Yeah, it's probably going to get scrapped.
I think they'll go ahead with Supergirl.
Again, if the DCU fails and they scrap it, you are not going to see another DC cinematic universe possibly for another 10 years.
Or ever.
One-off movies occasionally, or
unless
they're
the
MCU
MCU
kind of
keeps
financial
going.
partner to back it, or it'll be streaming releases only. Like,
or
it's not going to be good. Like the genre is already
it could
on
be
life support. You know,
that they adapt the comics, like certain graphic novels.
You
like
cannot adapt
Watchmen.
a whole comic for like 30
I don't even think they would do that. Well, maybe it's sporadically, but I think like they're just going to be like less and less and less made. Maybe occasionally they'll take a risk, but like I don't think they're going to spend a lot of money on this stuff anymore. Like for these big losses, like you just can't invest that kind of money and not get a return.
Does anyone want to go next? Sticks, then CJH, maybe Isaac.
Yeah,
Anthony's last because he got here last, and he always gets me demonetized. I love you, Anthony. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Sticks.
Yeah, I'll go. I guess if this series of films does end up failing, I feel the only way they can do it going like in any other way would be to go back to the single movie world where
just focus on the Batverse again.
Focus, well, not so much just the Batverse, but like you make one movie for one, and it doesn't don't have it connect. Just have pick your characters and do a movie on those characters. Don't like he said, don't put a lot of money in it because you don't know, those kind of movies don't always have a big return, but you still want to be putting out movies for your characters.
Mm-hmm. We'll get Isaac next, and then RJ. I do think I think they'll continue with Supergirl to see how that does, because it's been so long since they've done a Supergirl.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're going to give it a couple movies to see what happens.
I think they'll at least wait till
Supergirl movies flop, then yeah, I don't know.
Like if Superman and Supergirl don't do good, but I doubt that. I just doubt it. Isaac, what do you think?
If James Gunn's DC Studios fails, I think they should just, if it fails, I think they should just go back to doing like standalone like superhero movies like Batman or like just like that. Like
They're going to focus on the mains, just like when toy companies or in Sticks could probably add to this comics. What if they do a big new event for comics and it doesn't succeed? Do they just focus on the main characters for a while and then put it on ice for a while?
Even if like a crossover event for a comic doesn't really go over that great, they just keep puttering on with what they're doing. They don't change up too much. I mean, after a while they do. After a while they do. I mean, you always have your crisis event or something like that that stirs the pot up for them. But after a while,
CJH, what do you think?
I think they're gonna
give it to Matt Reeves.
One, they'll put out the J.J. Abrams Superman.
Oh God!
And then they'll.
Zack Snyder said he wants to see that.
Oh really?
I think he did, unless it was a false quote. I saw it on X.
What are you talking
about? And then
what are you talking about, Zach?
They'll probably just adapt graphic novels that did well.
And now, just so you guys know, my cringe with that project is not because it's a black Superman. It's just because it's associated with J.J. Abrams. And I don't really have a problem with Ta-Nehisi Coates, but the people can't, the anti-SJWs cannot stop talking about him. And he is very political. And I just like the headache of it. I'm like, oh God. That's why I'm like, oh. Nothing against their concept. I just don't like J.J. Abrams should not have got that money.
That's the Val Zod series, right? That they were talking about.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's even in the comic books. That's like an Elseworlds or alternate universe Superman. But yeah, I was surprised it didn't go for.
No, J.J. just wanted to do a Clark Kent.
Yeah. And go ahead, Anthony. I want to hear what you're. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop the gag of making you go last all the time, Anthony. I apologize. But go ahead, Anthony.
I don't. I think Superman would do fine. Like if Superman does like Man of Steel numbers, like 668 or 700, whatever. It will be fine because that's Superman. No Superman movie has ever passed the 700 million mark or 800 million mark. None, and we're not doing inflation for Superman 1 and 2. We're not doing that. So they haven't. So Superman, Man of Steel is the highest Superman movie, box office wise. So if it could pass that, make like 700 million, I will be fine. Supergirl. I think they wait and see. It's coming out in 2026, a year later from Superman. So I think it could do fine because those are the two popular characters that they've been like almost 43 years since the last Supergirl movie, something like that.
Yeah, I don't think
so. Like
it's
been a long time, and then I think like the audience wants to see female movies. It's just that if you make a good female movie, they will go see it. That's the thing. If they go see it, if it's a good movie. It's not like the other way around. So if you make a good Superman, if the Supergirl movie is amazing reviews, it get whatever 90 Rotten Tomatoes, 8 cinema score, and the audience love it, it will be fine. And plus it got the Game of Thrones, House of Dragon actress Millie. She's amazing at that. So I think she's gonna be great. I don't see it failing. Not sort of, but
no, I don't think it will either. I'm just saying what the scenario is. What if it did?
Yeah, if it did fail, I do think it will probably continue.
Look, I think people like wishing for that don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't
want DC to go on the ice for.
Like, there's been so many times they've tried to right the ship. This is the clearest cut off of the old version of DC that they've ever had. And if this also doesn't succeed, and I will thank my good pal Joe. And I know you're going to probably have a problem with even premise of. Can I guess what your answer is going to be even before I ask it, Joe? What if James Gunn's DC studio fails? And I think Joe's just going to say, well, it's not going to.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's,
mean,
it's a good question. It's a good question though. To
well, it
ask,
would
though.
be
Yeah.
it would be kind of shocking if it did.
Well, you have said people don't go to good movies. So what if the movies are amazing? People just don't show up. Even it doesn't. Let's change the
None
word
of
from
them.
fail. That
Like
doesn't succeed.
I mean, like that just seems like an impossibility that none of the movies would take off.
Okay, but what?
Like, I mean,
Okay, well,
even
what does Warner Brothers do in that situation that they don't take off and? Like some people like, oh, it's going to change hands. They're going to merge and then they're going to reboot. Then the new company's going to pump on all this money into someone else to create a universe. I doubt that.
well, no, they'll just stop making DC movies.
No,
They're not going to. They're not going to
do standalone
reboot.
movies.
Yeah, they're not going. They're not going to reboot. I mean, like if people aren't going to see them, that people didn't go to see, and like we said, quality doesn't bring people into the theater because if you look, movies get amazing reviews and they still bomb. So it's not like there's some magical recipe. So it's like if you had Zack Snyder making these movies and they weren't performing, and then you move in another direction and they're not performing, and then you move into another direction and they're not performing, eventually you're throwing good money after bad, and you're just going to say, hey, you know what? We'll just keep making Batman movies. Batman sells, nothing else does.
That's what toy lines do. I know. I cover toys and dolls, and when the doll line or the toy line stops selling a lot as much, and they get to the lesser known characters, they just keep giving different versions of Barbie
and
or
they'll
Batman
try
or the main
again in like 15, 20 years. Like when enough time has passed and there's a younger generation, they'll be like, oh, let's try again. But no, if it doesn't work, it's not like they're gonna I mean, the delusional people on Twitter who think Zach's going to come back, that ain't happening. They're not going to go back to a version.
It's not impossible. I don't think it will.
They're not going to go back to something that's already
No, I
failed.
think he
And
would
they're not going to be like,
I think
well,
he direct something. Like
I think it's
something,
probably
yeah,
the
but
least likely person now, and especially since he has moved on. He's doing UFC movies and all kinds of stuff.
right, and they don't want them. Like, I mean, they don't want to. But it's like they're not going to go backwards, and if Snyder couldn't make it work, and they determined that Hamada couldn't make it work, and then they determined that James Gunn can't make it work, they're not going to suddenly go, well, Kevin Smith's the guy. Get Kevin. I don't know. I'm pulling a name out.
I actually would like that.
They're just going to be like, you know what? This isn't this stuff. Is the audience?
Let's get Kevin Feige and give him $500 million. That will never happen, but you know.
Here I actually like what.
But I would do say like if it does.
Who left it? I'm sorry. I thought. Oh, here, Samuel.
They just probably gonna.
I like this. The one thing I think they're doing wrong with the reboot is I don't think they're keeping these at 150 million.
No,
I think most of Hollywood
movies.
should. I think this is a problem with the whole industry that they should go for 150 million or under. Right
but
now.
here's the thing. It's not going to fail though, because even if a film or a project fails, he's got enough irons in the fire that something's like Batman is usually a hit. So Brave and the Bold, that'll probably be a hit just because it's Batman. Peacemaker is already a hit. They're going into season 2. Season 1 was huge. So they've already got one hit under their belt.
This is. I do actually think
Joker
this is a slight mistake for James. I, as far as I know, what is the budget for Superman? Can anyone look that up?
No, we will probably not get a combination until probably around June. Around June of next year, we'll probably get what is the budget. That's when
estimate.
Comes
We'll
out.
have an estimate budget.
Yeah,
but,
we don't have the estimate for. If I would have guessed, because no Superman movie,
I gotta leave for a minute. I'll be right back.
Because no Superman movie has ever made under 150 million. I would probably say 200 million.
Well, what I was going to say is, if I were to guess, I would say that Superman probably costs about 200 million production.
How much?
Production budget? Like it's probably going to be a $400 million movie.
I think I don't think you should even risk that.
And marketing.
If you add marketing, it's going to cost around $400 million.
Sticks was going to chime in, and then Isaac. Okay, Sticks, go ahead.
As of February of this year, the rumored budget was $364 million.
Oh no! I don't care who you are. If you walk, I don't care if you're Jesus and you walk on water. The situation with DC right now, I think that it could be profitable. I don't think there's, and listen, as a movie fan, I love to see this. You know, RJ and Sticks, that you're giving me these numbers, and RJ, you're pretty on point there when Sticks looked it up. I want to see all this money, but if you want it to succeed, you should set the bar lower. All of Hollywood should, and then once it succeeds, give a bigger budget to the sequel.
Well, yeah, I think there's been a spending
almost
problem across the board. Yeah.
already for
Well,
one movie.
And Anthony kind
Well,
of brought this in. I think DC or Warner Brothers needs to temper their expectations for how much a movie is going to make based on what other superhero movies make.
Yeah,
that's true. Like if Superman could make 700 million, that's a success no matter what.
Be
Like,
careful,
really
C Dart, what you're saying there. I don't know. That is actually a Wonder Woman character though. So I don't know. I don't. She may be in that series. I don't know.
Who?
Okay. So Isaac, what were you gonna say?
Oh, Cersei. Yeah, she's in Christian
Oh.
Comandos. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was
in the first
looking up
season. She's a Wonder Woman
the
villain.
Woman budget for Superman, and it says like it's cost is like $363 million and yeah.
I don't
like that.
I don't
As
believe
a
that.
fan, I
Yeah.
do. But let's get
I don't
CGH and then go back to RJ too. Like as a differentiate yourself as a fan wanting to see everything amazing on screen, and then realistically where DC is. I think it's too much of a risk. But CGH, go ahead if you want.
Question again.
That the budget for Superman, and my main issue, my biggest issues with Hollywood right now is they abandoned stuff. Directors, creatives not working with each other. Everyone wants a blank slate. I would end, if things weren't doing amazingly, I would still end them so I have an evergreen product to sell on streaming and syndication, and be like, buy the physical media because we at least completed the story. Whereas stuff, when you find out a show, you're like, I don't want to watch that. It got canceled. It didn't end. And then the other thing is these budgets are too enormous. When you have all these new actors, I believe you should have had a smaller
Snyder's
budget.
vision not being continued.
I'm not even talking. Why are you trying to bring it back there? Why are you trying to bring it back there?
Didn't really have a plan.
Oh my God! I'm asking. Are you trolling, bro? Okay, so what do you think about this budget? Does it justify? Do you think James Gunn should have went that high?
Justified nothing. Because it should be cheaper.
Yeah, I think movies altogether should be
way too much money for all Hollywood movies, not just
I think you won't have these sad stories when at the theater when you rein in the budget.
A New Hope wasn't that much money.
Even the Acolyte, everyone's talking about. No. Everyone's talking about why it was canceled. Honestly, if you go that much over budget and you still don't have success, that's actually on Leslie Headland, regardless of the controversy. And I like her as a director, and I love The Acolyte, but they went way over budget. You know, that could have just been the reason it's canceled. You went way over budget. We don't trust that you're going to be able to do it on budget for season 2. And the budget, if you were in charge of the business, I think the budget going that far over budget, as reports were saying, I think that was the reason to cancel it, regardless of people
just went up.
It'd be a completely different story.
I think spending across the board, they got to get a better handle on it for sure.
But I also think industry could do it.
They may be spending a lot of money out the gate for Superman because they want to go big, and then going forward it'll be more. Because you want to start with your best foot forward. You want to showcase what this universe is and what it can. You don't want to start off with like a really cheap, low budget movie. I understand you got to spend money, but the thing is, it's fine if you spend money. Just go in understanding that you might have a bit of a loss, but you're taking a loss now to make more money later, with other stuff being successful down the road because you're getting off to a strong start.
Okay. Yeah. Now, as a fan, I'm very happy. If I was thinking about business, I would be concerned though. But you know what?
Yeah, for sure.
We weren't in the pitch meetings to hear everything James Gunn has planned. So, and there's a lot going on in this movie. The thing that I don't think it's going to be another Superman Returns, just for the fact there's just so much more going on. Superman Returns was a very simple movie. There wasn't much to it, really. I mean, I have to rewatch it, but does anyone remember Superman Returns?
No, it's just a boring trash
It's
movie.
just there's not much to go on, you know.
It's just
They're
like
putting a lot more effort into this than Superman Returns. It's not just an homage.
It's just a sequel to the Donner movies, and they just like okay, like it's whatever. The only good thing is the placing in the baseball field one.
People are saying that the no way the budget's real. We'll have to wait and see. That's what the reports are saying.
I think 364 seems high. Like maybe all together that's how much they spent, but no way that's only production. Like that does not make sense to me personally.
We find out next year. You guys got probably a couple months. We know what the budget.
I don't know. I think it's plausible based on how much we saw from the production. Like there's a lot of characters in there.
Okay, you spent
There was a lot of stuff
364
going on.
if you put toys.
They filmed in stadiums and all kinds of stuff.
If you do toys, merchandise, and marketing, yeah, it could cost.
Buy those.
No, they don't. They don't spend money on that. They make money off of that because the company that wants to make the toy pays them for the.
Honestly, just having a new changing the Superman logo and outfit is probably the most important thing with the reboots each time because you have a new product on the shelf.
Well, distinguishing between the
version of Superman. You have all kinds of different versions of Superman. You have another new Superman, new merch, new shirts, new coffee cups. You know, to making a significant enough change to sell to those Superman cash cows that collect everything Superman.
Superman the lunchbox.
Yeah. So there's instant income right there, or instant funds right there. Anthony sent this, so maybe you can elaborate on this, Anthony. Maybe I don't know if you know about this, RJ, as well. This is influences for James Gunn, Lex Luthor for Superman.
Oh, is that a new post? I didn't see that.
Okay, so if I can make this bigger, I don't know. Hold on. That made it worse. What the heck? Hold on a second. I'm going to remove it and see if I can open in another tab. All right. Yeah, this is better. All right, let me bring this up. Thank you for being patient, everyone. So why did you want me to bring this up, Anthony? This is just to show the influence of Lex for Superman?
Oh, yeah, this is a brand new post. You just posted
this. The influence of James Gunn. Going to have for the comics and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, so he's responding to someone?
Yes.
Someone asked him what comics is inspiring this version of Lex Luthor.
Okay, so he says,
was
God.
It RJ? Was he responding?
No, he has responded to RJ, which is great.
Random on threads.
God, there are so many. Lex is one of my favorites. He works on so many levels, and it's been a joy bringing him to the screen with the incredible Nicholas Hoult. I'm also rooting for Nicholas to get Nicholas has been around forever.
I swear, bro. If you seen his history past, he turned, bro, 5 times he was supposed to be in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be,
and he's always done a good job in his roles, but he hasn't had that big role. I think
the X-Men movies did him dirty. They did him dirty.
Some of the influences were, of course, All-Star Superman, which he's referenced so many times.
Yes, this is great.
Yeah.
Azzarello's Luthor and the reckless scientific genius from the 1950s and 60s.
Yeah.
Scientific genius.
That's kind of cool that the 1950s and 60s comics are involved too.
We did saw on the set that people
scientist.
Yeah, we did saw people dressed as 1950s and 60s characters.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's cool. Damn,
I'm still unsure what the time frame is going to be of the movie.
Talk about Gen Z Superman.
Oh my gosh. No, the time frame. Ooh, that is interesting.
It's gonna be skibbity.
Maybe they combine both modern and 50s and 60s close. Like you could do that, I guess. If you want to think about that, like Fantastic Four is doing the same thing. Like they mix them both. So it depends.
Nico's saying James Gunn's not the DC Jesus yet until they see the films.
I'm never good. Calling him on Jesus is crazy.
Until you see what he actually makes for you, get excited. I understand that completely.
Yeah. Here's a better look at this cover I don't know if James Gunn shared this or if the person looking
Oh
at his
yeah, he did post that image. Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, this is one of the examples of the 1950s and 60s comics.
Okay,
Lex
cool.
Luthor
Let's look
checking
at
him
this. I did
Superman.
it. At last, I've killed Superman. Not a sign of life in him. His body is turning green from kryptonite poisoning. Cry your hearts out, folks. Great Caesar's ghost. Luthor has finally done what no one else has ever been able to do. Choke. I can't believe Superman is really dead. So,
Jimmy
Do you
Lewis.
think James
That's
Gunn's
that's
Superman
Jimmy
is
Lewis
going to have
and
cringy
Perry White.
dialogue like that?
Nah,
Gonna be like over
Great
the top?
Caesar's.
No,
I don't
that's
think
the
Great
thing, bro,
Caesar's ghost is making
like
a
the
comeback.
50s and 60s comics, like
Great
they
Caesar's
cheesy-
ghost. Yeah,
they
like it's
cheesy as
like
hell.
in the 50s and 60s, it was more like the mad scientist.
Yeah, the mad scientist, like
You
stuff
should do
like
that. You
that.
should bring that back.
Are you using some type of weird filter, CJH? You look like
I am.
stretched.
Plus, I'm using the camera that I was talking
Is
about.
that a Ghost Rider poster?
Yeah, Back to the Future.
It's Back to the Future.
Oh, it
Nice.
looks like Ghost Rider could ever really have one of those type of posters.
But yeah, I'm
Bro, are we
using
gonna
the
watch the Grace
Canon
Randall
camera.
We can watch a little bit of movie math. I don't want to watch too much. I'll give like a 3-minute. Let's see what she says for 3. It's members night. We could do whatever member. Well,
Yeah, I
we
mean,
could
so
do
let's
not
see what
whatever
she
one
said.
of us
Let's
want
see
to
what
do,
she
but
said about Joker.
Yeah,
to
be
be
careful how
honest,
you
my
promote. You
video.
can't do whatever you want. But, yeah.
within reason.
Within reason.
Yeah, let's
Let me.
see what
I
she,
haven't
let's
watched
see what she
Great
said.
Randall video forever.
Well, we haven't watched a video of a movie math for like over a year and a half.
Well, she has timestamps too if you want to skip around a certain part. So
Finally, she used to never have timestamp on those videos.
Why am I on?
Nah, but bro,
Why hasn't she
man.
made 1 million yet?
I thought she hit 1 million subscribers.
No, she's still at 938.
God damn!
I think she should do shorts. I think she would hit it if she did shorts.
I've never seen her. I think she's lazy to do that.
I just think she's just focused on the live streams now, really.
Yeah, she's focused on live streams. She probably makes a ton of money from live streams. So like, I could see why she don't want to do shorts. I think they're updating the shorts to like 3 minutes now, or a minute something.
Yeah, but so the thing about that is the 60 seconds is the copyright. Like
First minute?
you can play any copyrighted music for 60 seconds, and then after that it's nothing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now I'm gonna say right off the bat, this is the same thing is anti-SJW saying Star Wars is dead, everything's dead, it's a disaster. It's not changing. The industry's changing.
Yep.
This is not the golden era.
It's not 2019 no more. Let's just say that.
The late 80s, early 90s, the whole 90s, in early 2000s was probably some of the best times for movies, music, video games. They were all rapidly developing new forms of physical media before the internet and piracy wasn't as bad back then. There's always piracy, but it was not as bad back then.
No, back then if you do piracy, if you do piracy, the FBI will show up at your house.
I don't think that we're ever getting back to those times where there's that many movies all throughout a year. There's that much music, that many video games. The one thing that I could say is took it from the indie video game scene's great. If the indie movie scene could do better, I know the horror indie scene is great, but this is the same game Grace is playing is the Jeremys from Geeks and Gabers and all that. And I'm still going to reference them basically because in my opinion, it's the same thing. Oh, it's dead. It's dead. It's just not the same. It's not going to disappear completely. Before, does anyone else have anything to share before we even hear what Grace is going to say? RJ, you wanted to bring this up. Anthony, you wanted to bring this up. What's your thoughts? Is Hollywood dead? Is this a disaster again? Because last month people were like, "It's back."
All
the
these
box
channels,
office is back.
all these channels are funded by political, mumbo jumbo. So they're gonna spill out
people.
wherever
The reason
nonsense they
because
do.
I forgot the one movie that people saying that's the summer movies was dead. Whatever was that movie, I can't remember which. But no, it's just the audience pick and choose one movie they want to see. That's the reason why Deadpool. That's the reason why Deadpool. That's the reason why sequels are if you look at the top 10 box office of this year, is those sequels. Not one
I
original
did a
movie in
video about
there.
this.
And I think the audience just wants to see sequels, and we'll see what happens next year. That next year is going to be interesting on the type of movies they're going to see the audience. But this year, box office alone is just sequels, not
Okay,
one original movies.
We'll
Not
get to
one.
everyone's take. Thank you, Anthony. Let's get RJ and then Sticks and CJH and Joe and Isaac. RJ, what's your thoughts? My thoughts are we were in the golden age of entertainment. We didn't know how good we had it. This is why I said when I was growing up, I couldn't have imagined getting this much content as we did now. But overall, there's less movies, there's less content, there's less big video, AAA video games, there's less big albums released. There's the Taylor Swifts and stuff. There's still Beyonce, but there's not like when the heyday of MTV and VH1. Are you kidding me? There's not as many musical acts as then. I just think it's different. I just think there's still an industry. It's just different.
Well, yeah, of course, things have changed for sure.
But do you see that? Are you on board with like Grace is saying disaster? I don't think it's a disaster.
Well, we'll see. I got to get the context.
Okay. Sticks, Isaac, CJH, Sticks. What do you think? You're about as old as me.
I'm probably older.
Yeah.
Movie.
Do you smell this? Do you smell disaster, or are you kind of like my camp?
The reason is
different.
all these indie films are not advertised.
Well, that's up to the indie people. Indie still has to advertise too. They have to find a way.
Right. I don't think there's disaster looming in the for Hollywood, but I do think a change has to come at some point in how they do what they're doing. These big budget movies aren't always going to make their money back, so they have to pine down how they're spending with their movies. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else want to add before we go?
Put more money into the advertising.
I don't think that's going to fix it either. I
and less money in the other stuff. Like, why does Robert Downey Jr. have to have like half the paycheck? You know.
Well, he brings in the money for when he's in Marvel. There's a track record there.
Yeah, but so does Hugh Jackman, and then Hugh Jackman gives or makes sure that like he doesn't get as much as
we don't know that.
People.
That's because he's not like a greedy.
We don't know. It's really not discussed that much. They gave him a big payday.
From what we've heard is, he like in order to get that R rating for Logan, he took a pay cut.
Okay, well that's when Fox was struggling though.
Right,
that's true. That's
Hughes made $20 million from Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay.
But he probably get box office bonuses as well, like Ryan Reynolds. So he probably made like around $30 million of bonuses. So yeah.
All right. Well,
I just think some of these actors are a little bit too greedy. Like you made your money, you know what I mean?
They don't have to hire them. They're willing to hire them, and then most of the time they're worth that money, honestly. Okay, let's see what Grace is. Well, flames in the
Well.
All right, let's see.
Hello and welcome.
Oh, she changed it.
Movie Man, where it seems like it's a race to the bottom for Star Wars, DC, and Marvel. I'm listing them in the order in which they entered this race.
Marvel's not there.
Just one movie flopping. That's it, bro. Like
Marvel's. That's it.
Like literally, bro. It wasn't.
Well, I mean, some of the Disney Plus shows were pretty bad.
It was literally after the actor strike and stuff. Like it's just, there was no point.
I like the Marvels. People didn't like it though.
I'm not gonna make excuses.
I couldn't finish.
I don't hate it. I really don't hate the movie. I don't hate the movie. It was average. I think. Like,
RJ, do you think the initial off the bat that Grace is a point there, including Marvel?
I mean, they had their worst ever performing movie, so I guess you could include it for that reason. Like they suffered their worst bomb.
It's a one-time thing, though. Like,
I wouldn't put that in the same category as Acolyte and Joker, too, though.
Nah, Acolyte, I wouldn't. Yeah, Joker's a different breed. Like that's a whole different level. Yeah.
Do you think that they should pause all?
No, because
then...
no, I wouldn't say that though, because you know what, The Marvels was also a sequel to a $1 billion first film that made a lot of money.
Yeah,
so I mean,
true. it deserved a chance to live or die on its merits. Like
Yeah.
you really, if you have someone that in one of the most profitable DC movies of all time, if someone delivers that for you, you pretty much give them carte blanche to do what they want for the sequel to get him back, and that's probably the only reason they got him back. You're not getting
Bro, they
Todd
paid
Phillips
him
back
$50
for
million
Joker 2,
to
even with the
come
big
back, bro.
payday.
And the thing,
And then go ahead, Anthony.
and the thing is that the thing about Phoenix, he's never do sequels. Like, he never do.
Yeah.
If you look at every movie he ever made, he never do sequels. He even say himself, I never do sequels. I don't like doing sequels to my own
But
movie.
honestly, I don't know the details, but you would think if they bring back Todd Phillips after the success and how much money he made them for the first one, he's not going to agree. I doubt that he would agree to do it in like a bunch of notes. Well, you got to do this with Joker, and you got to do that. I don't think so. I think they gave him whatever.
Nah,
whatever they wanted to do.
it's like James Cameron. Like, yeah, like Fox gave him a ton of notes for Avatar, and Disney is like, nah, I'm doing my own shit. You can tell me what to do.
He
Fuck you.
sabotaged it so
Yeah.
they wouldn't get a third one, so James Gunn
that would
can
be
continue
crazy.
his universe.
Oh, hey, Todd is a good director. Is just
Joe, we're gonna watch a little.
He doesn't know how to handle the court drama stuff in Joker.
I'll say this: the criticism against Joker 2 is ridiculous. I mean, it's like if you don't like the movie, that's one thing. You don't like the movie, but people
It's manufactured.
Are acting like crybabies over it. Like
I
I've heard
need
people
something to complain about this week. That's all it is.
I've heard people saying like this movie was an FU to the fans. It's like how?
Here's
They
how
made a
you
movie.
know
You
the
didn't like
Joker.
it. That's it.
Here's how you know the Joker 2 backlash is partly manufactured. Okay, Megaflopolis was also really bad, but people just say it was bad and stop talking about it. They cannot stop talking about Joker 2. That means there's enough fresh ideas there that it's interesting, and there's something there.
Well, do you think, Max? Do you think that all these YouTubers are desperate for the next Last Jedi?
Yeah, you need
boost?
your payday for the week of something to complain about.
So they're desperate for this next Last Jedi.
But do you think?
Or
Here's
next
the truth.
Here's the problem.
Do you
Here's
think
the problem.
a Megaflopolis rant is going to make you money on YouTube right now?
Here's the problem. It's not just YouTube. I know a lot of people who do not have YouTube channels. People that I know in my daily life. People that aren't really on YouTube. They're not YouTubers. And I'm looking on Facebook. They're all saying all this crap about the Joker too. Like they're acting like this movie hurt them in some way. And it's like, if you didn't like it, okay, you didn't like it. But I mean, it's not that different from the first movie. They threw some musical numbers in there. That's pretty much the only thing that's different is there's the musical numbers. Story-wise, it's very much in line with the first one. So it's like it's baffling that people are acting like it's this huge disaster of a film. It's weird.
Well,
I think, like I suggested, I think they're looking for the next Brie Larson topic or the next Last Jedi topic, or next boycott Solo topic.
Hey, Blue Jay, thank you for joining us. You get here right at the right time, Blue Jay, when we talk about this again. But I will say it's still good for Joker 2 that people are talking about it, even though it's annoying. It's still good that people are talking about it because that makes people interested. Or, for instance, they might not have watched it all, but now they're going to catch it when it comes to streaming or rent it when it's on VOD. Well, rent it. I'm not going to rush to the theater, but I do want to see what people are talking about.
But here's another question for you: how come it didn't do well? How come it didn't do well at the box office? You can't say it's because it's not good, because people need to see it to determine it's not good.
I think honestly, I think it was the marketing. People just are turned off by musicals and the fact that they even advertise it as one.
I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's true at all. People love musicals. Wonka,
yeah, they love.
Well, Wonka is different.
There's
Joe.
a different. Yeah.
Everybody know Wonka for the last 50 years since since Gene. Everybody loved Gene. Everybody loved Timothy Chalamet. And that movie is a prequel to
dark musicals. Do not usually succeed.
Well, I was going to say, too, I think also the buzz from Venice not being great, maybe. I honestly don't know. I mean, there could have been a multitude of factors, but it's hard to gauge because these kind of numbers show that just people just didn't even want to show up and see the movie for themselves. They're just like, nah, I'm just not gonna check it out. I don't know. I don't know what the reason for that is. That's why I find it so fascinating.
I'll tell you something else. This is mostly spoiler free. It might be a spoiler in that I'm telling you something that doesn't happen. So I don't know if we consider me saying something that doesn't happen a spoiler. But I kept hearing there was something at the ending that was like destroying people. That people were like, "This is horrible. This horrible thing at the ending." And I was expecting, honest to God, because I'm thinking, what is the dumbest thing they could do here? And because it's a musical, I was expecting, oh God, are they going to have Neil Patrick Harris show up in the last scene and we're going to find out it was the music meister that was making them sing? And like, that's the only thing I could think of that would break people like that. And that's not in this movie. That is not in this movie.
Thank you for that amazing spoiler. I never thought that. You're probably the only one that thought that, Joe.
But people kept saying there was something really dumb at the ending. And now I've seen the movie. I still don't know what it is.
But that is a genuine question, because it's like, okay, why did people not even want to show up? Why did people not even want to go and see the movie? I don't know.
Do you know what it's like?
Hey, let's all give a good shout out and give positive vibes to Chris, the Gen X Jedi.
Oh, I saw surgery on his leg. Yeah, good luck with that.
Hi, fam. Love you all. Miss you all. About another 8 days in here.
But
things are looking good. Just wanted to drop like and send you all some love. Yes, good positive vibes to you, Chris.
Get well, man.
And then Sticks gives you the middle finger. No, that's for Bruce. I know. I know.
I saw the picture on Twitter. Oh my! Ooh, that is.
Yeah, that was gnarly, man.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't.
Oh my God,
that's gnarly, bro.
Okay. Well,
do you know what this Joker actually reminds me of? It's another comic book sequel. Robert Rodriguez, for about a decade, couldn't go to a single convention or a single event without someone asking him, when are we getting a sequel to Sin City? When are we getting a sequel to Sin City?
Oh, yeah.
Fans were begging for that movie. Every time he attended a press event, first question was, when are we getting the Sin City sequel? They finally put the Sin City sequel out, and nobody showed up. And I'm like, where are all the people that have been asking for this movie for the past decade?
Yeah, I hate when people do that shit. I really do when people.
It was the same guy going around. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I mean, people. You know, one sequel that people wants to see from the Alien franchise that he did, the Predator from 2010 Predator. I would love if they did a follow-up story. I know that they wanted in the comics but like, Predator. That was a great Alien movie. I mean, Predator.
Look what
movie.
I picked up today.
Yeah,
for free.
Which one? Let me see.
Fast Times.
Aloha, Mr.
I've never seen it before.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
It's very not PC.
No dice.
You like that showed me that a long time ago.
Oh yeah, no, that was not even. Yeah, PC for now. Yeah, no, none of those movies are PC nowadays.
My favorite line in that movie. Hope you had a hell of a shit, Arnold.
Yeah.
Now we're done.
The next Rachel Zegler topic? What?
No, bro. No, she's doing good by herself. No, she's doing Broadway right now.
We're not even a minute into the video.
All right, yeah. Let's only give her a few minutes here. This is why I said I'm open to doing reactions. Please look for timestamps to send me on members' mailbag, and I will do. I may even do a single video on them. Who knows? But let's see what she says here. I just think the industry has changed.
You know what? It's turning out to be a surprisingly close race to the bottom. I mean, we're coming off of the Marvels and the Acolyte. And just when you think it couldn't get any worse, here comes the Joker 2, delivering the biggest bomb yet. The industry is putting Joker 2 at an opening at 39, although Warner Brothers is insisting that there's a 4 in front of it. So much so that the headlines were amended in the trades. When they first hit, it was 39. Now it's 40, 39, 40.
Can I be honest?
Tomorrow we'll know. Tomorrow in the morning, it will probably say it's around 39.
Can I be honest? This is probably where the first film should have even been like this type of project, because the first film was low budget.
It was 60 million.
I don't think it's going to have. Yeah.
Well, the
for
first
whatever
movie
reason,
cost
Todd
60
needed
million.
$200 million
Cost
to do a
$200 million.
Like, you don't need $200 million to do like La La Land. Amazing movie, 10 out of 10.
Bruce,
that movie budget is $100 million.
Bruce, it's not a bomb, but I honestly, I think it had nothing to
just
do
didn't.
with
It just
reception.
didn't do good in numbers.
Leslie Headland went way over budget from what the reports are saying, and you cannot go over budget and underperform. It's not a bomb, but it underperformed.
Okay.
And
like,
I think that's enough not to do season 2, even though I would love it.
No, it just means you lower the budget for season 2.
Not if you go over budget.
Look at Superman.
Not if you go that far over. I think she went over like 50 million or something.
I think Disney just wanted to cut their losses with that show, and it's not even.
They won't cut their
continuing.
losses.
They just didn't
That's
go
the
with it
reason why.
anymore.
That's the reason why. That's the
The
reason
marketing
why,
was intense for that show too.
That's the reason why Hugo McGregor came out yesterday and confirmed that they haven't talked of a season 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You know
Because
what?
of that.
It's very. This is how the
Yeah.
industry works. If they did not do Acolyte season 2, it very well could have caused the green light for Obi-Wan season 2.
Yeah, you
know
that's
that?
the reason why they greenlighted
Because the
it.
budget's moving to something else.
Yeah, the movie's moving something else. Yeah.
When it comes to these streaming shows, it's very hard to tell when you're not getting a box office return and how well, because they're trying to entice people to come in and to their service. I don't know how much they make from that. I don't know how much the Acolyte brought in just for people to watch the Acolyte.
Oh, Blue Jay, since you're here, thank you.
Like
Slips, I appreciate that.
merchandise, like it did good. Like
Just so everyone that hasn't been watching my Tape Hunters videos, first off, you're missing out because Tape Hunters rolls.
Is that
I got this Blue Jay to figure out for the
Freddie
Nice
MME
double
games
feature going on
as like a giveaway. I'm
That's
still
nice.
trying to find out the
England.
details, but Freddie, Nightmare on Elm Street 1 and 2 2-pack.
Okay, that's
Who's
nice.
the publisher on that?
The
Is
other
that
thing
Anchor
is
Bay?
Who's the publisher?
the
that
other
Anchor Bay?
thing is people didn't know what the Acolyte was.
I didn't hear
They
what
know
Joe said.
who Obi-Wan
CJ
is.
start talking.
They
I
know
said,
who Boba Fett is.
who's the publisher on it? Is it Anchor Bay?
Video Treasures, Anchor Bay. Yes.
Oh, Video Treasures. Okay.
Are they still around? I think they're shut down.
Well, it's VHS. So.
Oh yeah, they probably is shut down. Never mind.
So, can I have my thoughts?
Sure.
On this whole thing.
Yes.
So I've been a little patiently. So, I'm not that surprised, honestly, because our tracking numbers have been going up and down lately. So I guess the first time I heard about the initial tracks were like 120 million. Then it went down to 70. Then it went down to 60. Then it went down to this. So I'm not that surprised, honestly, because it could be a variety of different things. There's no like the definitive reason. I mean, it's weird. I mean, it's kind of funny that this opened like Morbius levels of the money, but I digress. But one thing, Max. Yeah. I've had this clip for so long, and I'm doing a little bit of a joke right now, but I have this clip for several months, and I've got the chance to do this opportunity to show this to you.
Go ahead.
Here you go.
You're all wrong. Joker 2 is going to make more than Joker 1.
Joker 2 is going to make more than Joker 1.
Dang.
Wow.
Oof. Oof.
He left.
Man, I'm collecting owls. I'm collecting.
I've had this clip for several months.
No one better make a compilation of all my L's, please.
As soon as you said it,
It'd be like a 3-hour-long video.
Kept it in my photos
God.
gallery for a month.
If you want a W, go see the movie. That's a
No,
win.
I do want to see it. The only thing that I've honestly been watching so much VHS.
No, you can't.
In my streaming, my streaming subscriptions have lapsed, and so did my AMC A-list. And I'm just like, I've got to get it again, AMC A-list, but I don't. I haven't been seeing movies in the theater lately. I'll get it eventually this month. When Bruce gets here, Bruce is going to visit me. I'm going to get it again so we can go see some movies.
So yeah,
Real quick, I got to step out though because I do got work in the morning. So
Okay.
I do start getting.
Yeah,
ready
we
for
don't want
bed.
anything embarrassing like you fall
Yeah, I
asleep.
know.
No, I'm just kidding. Good.
That-
Thanks, RJ.
No, of course. But I'll be. in the
So
chat
you
a little
made
bit
us
and
watch
y'all.
Grace, and you're leaving, and we're only 20 seconds in. No, I'm just kidding. It's my fault.
Grace, she passed away 30
Well, keep
years
watching.
ago.
I'll be in the chat.
Okay. All
right.
Best of luck.
Christmas Vacation. I love Christmas Vacation.
Joker
It's great.
2, I mean, I don't know. It could be.
I thought it was the magic. I thought it was magic that they got late. I'm a huge Lady Gaga.
I mean,
you know
the
why?
first-
Because one of
what
my
I've
favorite movies
understood.
is one of my favorite movies is A Star Is Born.
She's amazing. She won the Oscar that year.
I mean, from what I've understood, the first film made so much money because of
Mental health.
It's different. It stands out between all the other comic book films that came out during that time. And then you get all the buzz going around, some of the controversies that have been going around. It kind of draws in people to go see it. And it made $1 billion, but without the use of China. And then this is getting a Chinese release on October, Bruce said 16th. So
Do you think, here's a question, do you think that these studios need to sue some of these YouTubers?
No.
And how, and do you think that some of these YouTubers are damaging the brands?
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
I think they, if anything,
I don't
what
think
would
that
probably
will
happen is they
help
pull the
anything,
ads
but-
from YouTube.
Remember that any kind of publicity is good publicity, whether it be good or bad.
Like exactly, like the controversy surrounding Joker 2, I think is going to help it more than it just being like.
I do think it might have a big drop off depending on
I don't agree with that.
actions. I do
I
think it
have
has
a 55% drop off.
Okay, Joe disagrees with me.
yeah.
I mean, being an
What the-
amazing movie where everyone loved it would be better for it.
What's
but
your opinion, Joe?
Oh,
be
I
nothing
think
nothing to talk about it would be worse. Like
I think there is bad press, and I think these a lot of these YouTubers do have the power to move the needle with the general public, who then don't give these projects a chance. And the one I always go back to is The Acolyte, because I have a friend who loves Star Wars who did not tune into The Acolyte. She didn't tune in because her son read online that it was bad. So that kind of thing can keep the normies away. They could be like, well, I'm reading, like I saw 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm
okay.
I think these guys have more influence than you give them credit for.
I don't think this is a culture war movie though.
No.
This is just, even without the culture warriors, there's still.
Well, I'm
people that
talking
just
in
like
general.
hate on
I'm not
everything.
talking specifically about this movie. I'm just talking in general. I think those guys have that kind of power.
Well, let's only watch a little bit of Grace since RJ left anyway. I just want to let's see what she says here. Oh, for 45 seconds
I
in.
guarantee it'll be dumb, but go
That's incredible. We'll find out the number for sure tomorrow. Remember, when Sunday numbers come in, they're not educated wishes. It's like from Deadpool and Wolverine. That's what the 40 for this movie.
I didn't like
That's
that line of Deadpool
I would
and Wolverine.
suspect an educated wish.
Educated wish.
But usually in the industry,
That was the best part of that
numbers on
movie.
Sunday are very highly educated guesses, which come off of decades of doing this. So that's why the numbers are almost always, within usually less than 1 million of what the final number actually is. And I just, it better not be lower than 39. All right, so the overseas box office, which I'm sure there are a
That's
couple
great,
of people.
actually.
I mean, and I feel bad for you because it's
139 overseas, and it's not open in China yet. It still make it inch towards profitability.
Well, that was Joker 1, not 2.
That's Joker 1. The overseas is 80.
Read, Max, read.
The total is 121 worldwide. So
okay. I was looking at the bottom. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Bruce Fur has a good point, though.
Sue for defamation?
Yeah.
I
They're
think
not
that
gonna
would
do that. They're not gonna do
backfire
that.
like
No.
nobody's business.
He's a deformed.
Oh, you think Elon Musk would get involved?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, also, we have to kind of look at
Spell
any
check, buddy.
tracking numbers. We take it with a grain of salt because I've looked at, because we've seen how this movie was tracking for like 70 million or whatever, and it kind of dipped out. I looked at the trackings for Venom: The Last Dance. Apparently, it's tracking to make $120 million opening. Take that with a grain of salt, because I don't believe that shit.
Okay,
I mean,
if that's true,
Venom is always
there's
going
a
to
problem.
do good.
There is a problem with the audience. You mean Venom: The Last Dance is going to be more successful than Joker 2? Oh my god!
You got to keep in mind, it's because it's going to have the Tom Holland cameo that is rumored that he's going to show up at the end credits.
No,
So
I mean,
keep in mind,
Venom 2 made
keep in mind the
90
reason why the second movie made money was
It's
because
because
of Tom
it's Marvel.
Anthony, would you let Blue Jay speak? God.
No, I mean because because Venom 2 made $90 million because of the No Way Home and the implications of
and Tom Holland.
Yeah, and Tom Holland. So I guess the same thing is going to happen. We'll see.
It made money because everybody loved the first one.
Blue Jay, since Perp just got here, can you play that clip one more time? You did a great job editing that.
Perp, I want you to look at this clip. Look at this clip.
You're all wrong.
right here,
Joker
yeah.
2 is going to make more than Joker 1.
Joker 2 is gonna make more than Joker 1.
Wow.
Wow. I was waiting for
Max,
this
you a
moment for
walking
so
L.
long, and I want to make this clip so bad, and I got my freaking wish.
Worth it. Totally worth it.
Oh man.
I said it should. Didn't I say it should make more than?
No, it should. No, you say it would.
I said it should
No,
make
you say
more
it would.
than.
You say would.
It will.
Max 2024. Yeah. I don't even.
Do you okay? I gotta ask this. Do you really think that a character that I don't even know what Null is, honestly, because I love Spider-Man, but do you think Null is a big driving force? I can see like Spider-Man 3 with Venom being a big draw, but Null?
No.
I don't. I mean, do you really think Noel's gonna do justice in the movie?
No, Bruce.
No,
The reason why the
really
second
crazy?
Venom movie made money.
You
was
want me to
because of
tell
Tom
you
Holland.
what would be a
Come on.
really
Yeah,
crazy
but that's
game?
comic book. That's
A
not
really
really-
crazy
okay.
cameo.
Also,
would
the
be
general
Topher
audience
Grace.
doesn't know who the hell is Null.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
imagine,
no.
imagine telling people, "Yo, they got Null in the movie." They go,
Who's that?
Yeah.
They only know
Who's that?
Andy. They only know Andy Serkis. That's it. Who's playing
"Yeah,
him?
I'm
Well, that's it. Yeah.
I'm talking about the I hate saying this, the normies, the casual viewers. I'm a casual guy. I mean, I love Marvel stuff, but I'm a casual nerd. It's just I don't see Null being a big draw, but we'll see.
I don't either.
If
Yeah.
he's in the movie that much, that's
Andy
the whole
Serkis
thing.
helps it, but
Yeah. No,
People
no.
will see it because it's Venom. It's not. It doesn't. The villain doesn't matter.
Yeah,
No.
It's like Venom.
if Noel is in the movie that much, that's going to
think-
be a thing. If he's in the movie that much, instead of him
Bro,
in
Bruce,
symbiote manner.
listen, bro.
Nothing.
I like you, bro. I love you, but no, he's like the casual audience do not know
Yeah.
who he is.
No is too new of a villain.
Yeah, yes, thank you. He's too
He's
new.
too new of a villain for anyone else. I mean, everyone knows Spider-Man, Batman,
Yes.
Wonder Woman. Those are staple.
I never heard of
comic book
Null
characters.
before Venom.
Well, he came out like
That's
5
what I'm
years ago.
saying. If
Yeah,
it's
it was
over
only like 5 years
Yeah.
old.
It's over.
I've heard of Noel
Probably.
like I think 3 years ago.
Mhm.
Like I didn't even know who Noel was until I know he's like the creator of the symbiotes. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's their
Just to
king.
give everyone a heads up, I am going to end exactly at 2 hours because my wife wants to spend some time together.
Of course, you gotta have that kid. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's
It
actually
also-
to watch from.
holy
It also
Oh,
allows.
I don't
you-
know what's going to come from that, but it's mainly to watch from.
Max, you got to end these streams at 2 hours more often because that allows you to use the AI Shorts feature. You can't use
Okay.
the AI Shorts feature.
What if I go 205?
No, then it doesn't work. It's got to be
Oh my
159.
god, you said the word
no more
AI?
than,
I
no
have
more
to
than
finish
2.
early.
Ended
Yeah.
at 159, Max.
I will finish early. I'm
Very,
I'm
very
past
helpful
it.
tool.
Well,
I like that tool.
That's
a lot.
not always good, but in this case, it might be.
All right, and before 2 hours. Okay. So let's cover a few more topics that people want to talk about. Maybe do a few mailbag. I don't know. We'll see.
You had something about Wonder Woman in the subject line. What was that about?
We already covered it at the beginning of the show,
Oh,
Joe.
Okay. I guess I'll
James
think
Gunn
about it tomorrow.
confirms
He came in
that
late.
there's
He came in late, Max.
that there's progress
What's
being
this guy talking
on
about?
developing Paradise
Not even
Lost
talking
and
about
Wonder
Batman
Woman.
anymore.
There you go.
Which one does he mean? He didn't clarify. He just said yes, there is progress.
Excellent.
It's not Gal Gadot. He's out.
You could pop in.
Well,
It's
we
just
don't know
not
that
gonna-
yet. All indications are she's coming back.
I bet $5 she's out.
I want to get Joe's
I don't
response on
think
this
so.
because one of his most anticipated movies is the Ray movie. Is this a update on the Ray movie that something's happening? Because we get Simu Liu. Oh, hold on, let me go this. Simu Liu. I think this could mean that there's something happening with the Ray movie and there's some progress being made because Simu Liu and John Boyega are having fun on X. So Simu Liu says prepping, which that most likely means he's getting ready for Avengers movie or Shang-Chi 2, probably Avengers. He's prepping for something. He looks really cut.
He
And then
looks very good for that age. He is.
And John Boyega shares this from
Shang-Chi the bus
Shang-Chi. And then Simu Liu shows him as Finn. Does this mean, look, he's smirking. Does that mean, has John Boyega confirmed first that he's probably going to come back for the Ray movie, even though he said you're not going to Disney Plus me, and I guess they're not. It's going to be theatrical. Does this mean that he's prepping as well, or is this nothing? Joe, what's your thoughts?
I don't know. I'd like to see him back.
Do you
in
think
the
he's
Ray
that little smirk means he's prepping too?
It could.
Now Simu Liu posted the Disney Finn thing. But I hope
maybe they're doing a crossover. Maybe they're doing Shang.
Crazy. Hey, I would love to see that one day. I mean, do I think he could come back? I think I'll give it a 15% chance. A 15% chance of him coming back.
Maybe in Shang-Chi 2, Wong opens one of those portals and to the Star Wars universe. And
oh my God, we would never hear the end of if that happened.
Well, to be fair, we did.
$1 billion film.
Guardians of the Galaxy or Doctor Strange opening up.
No, but we did saw in Doctor Strange 2 the the scene with Obi-Wan and Anakin fighting each other, but without them. So, we know it's a possibility. No, I think they both having fun on Twitter. But if he does come back in the Ray movie, I give like a 20%.
Oh, if they're making a Ray movie, John Boyega's coming back.
I don't think he is. I say 15% chance he's coming back.
Who are you going to bring back? Luke, Leia?
Solo?
No.
No. Kylo?
Yeah. He's obviously probably in negotiations. I think that's what those smirks mean. He's probably in negotiations.
I think he'll come back. I mean, what else is he doing? He hasn't been very busy.
He hasn't been a lot.
Also, I don't think you need to bring anybody back. You just need Ray, and surround her with new characters. That's all you need to do. I mean, it's supposed to be. Why not? It's supposed to be like 15 years later.
Yeah, and I think you're gonna really disappoint the sequel fan base if you don't touch Finn or Poe. Those are big characters in this.
I don't think you need Poe.
You can mention them. You can Poe's off on a mission.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's like the lamest thing I ever heard, Joe.
No, you don't need them. You don't need them. It's the Ray movie. It's not the Poe movie.
You really just want Ray.
I mean, I'm saying whatever the story demands. We haven't read the script. I'm not predetermining what this should be. One thing that drives me crazy about sequel criticism is people are always like, I can't believe they missed the opportunity to have Luke and Han and Leia in a scene together.
Yes.
And I'm like, that is the stupidest criticism I ever heard, because you don't construct a story around a scene. You make the story, and the movie has to support your story. And the idea that people wanted them to construct an entire trilogy around, we have to get, such a dumb idea. So Joe, no, I have no preconceived notions of what I want
getting
this
the
movie
band
to be.
back together.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to see we're getting the band back together. I'm going to see the Ray movie. Now, if the Ray movie happens to get the band back together, that's great. But I'm not demanding that of the film.
Okay. Wait, they should do the age-old meme. They died on the way back to their home planet.
Well, you don't say they're dead. Keep them open for their movie.
We gotta kill everybody.
All right, let me go to Joe Blow, see if what's there. We'll get to the. Let me see. All right, I'm just gonna bring
my
up
boat out. Jeepers, it's really raining here, Max.
Okay, let's look at this real quick because it's horror related. It's one of Joe's favorite movies of all time. Horror. I got you a gift from this franchise, Joe.
Monster Squad.
Yeah, I like Monster Squad.
Okay.
Somebody's fries are done.
All right. Okay, Joe
Oh.
Dante chimes in on Gremlins 3, the upcoming Burbs TV series. Is Gremlins 3 going to happen? Should they do it, Joe?
Well, the
They're
headline
rebooting it
well,
on HBO.
I mean,
it says Joe Dante doesn't foresee a third Gremlins movie. And quite frankly, I do not want a third Gremlins movie if Joe Dante or Chris Columbus is not involved. Chris Columbus wrote the original. Joe Dante directed the first two. So it's like the only person I would want to see direct Gremlins 3 other than Joe Dante is Chris Columbus, who is now a director. He did several Harry Potter movies. So I could see him stepping in for Dante since he wrote the original. But if it's not Dante or Columbus, I'm not interested.
But
and I'm really not interested
But
if
they
it's
have
not
a show on
puppets.
HBO of the
Yeah,
Gremlins.
yeah, it's the animated show.
It's a sequel to it.
One.
Yeah, well,
No, it's
prequel.
well, it's a
actually.
prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a prequel.
But it was good.
I
like it.
kind of want to see this franchise return, though, Joe.
Me too,
personally,
man.
Even without
I just we just got Beetlejuice. Why don't we
Well,
get Gremlins?
I'm definitely not interested.
yeah, but
in-
Beetlejuice, though, Jeff, and hey, Jeff, thanks for visiting. It had the first director and everyone returning, though.
Yeah, and if it's not puppets, if they go like the CGI route, oh, forget it. No,
Yeah, I
you need-
know.
You need
Yeah.
puppetry.
You gotta have
disagree.
puppets.
You could
gotta
go
have
with the CGI route.
practical. I would just go practical.
They could go with that, but they're not getting my money.
It would have to be a mix.
I won't. I won't.
It would
see
have to
that.
be a mix of CGI and practical. I mean, close-ups would have to be practical.
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe Dante isn't quite sure he would be behind the camera or that it should even happen. That's up to the audience, he says. He doesn't say he doesn't want to do it. The fact is that it's been too big a property for someone not to make something, but it's been difficult for people to wrap their heads around exactly how are we going to do this. The series is a brilliant answer to that problem because it's a prequel and it's animated and it's the perfect next step for the Gremlin saga.
Wait, he does the voice for his character in the TV show? I mean, the series?
What's that?
I think does he do, I know the animated series is a prequel, but does he voice
You
voice
mean
his own character?
Howie Mandel?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if Howie Mandel does the voice or not. Actually,
I don't think he did.
Okay, now as for the Burbs, Joe Dante inadvertently hinted that he wanted to be involved in the TV series, but insists that any comments he made were more critical than they were taken. I think my actual comment was, how are they going to make a whole TV series out of that story as opposed to, I want to be the one to do it, he added. Good luck to them. It's kind of a one-off story. It's always nice.
Oh, so
when
he
things
called
have
it.
a shelf
So
life.
he called it the TV show is terrible. Wow.
I didn't even know there was a TV show, but yeah, again, I'm not.
I don't think it's out yet.
I don't
Is it
know.
out yet?
Sounds
I'm
like
gonna
maybe a
watch it.
sitcom.
Do you know what I do want? I just want to see Joe Dante make another movie. Joe Dante has not made a movie in a long time.
Yeah,
burying the X about a decade ago with the late Anton Yelchin was like the last movie he made.
The only
we
thing I
got
know
some
was that he
news
made
on the Harry
Looney
Potter
Tunes back in
reboot.
action. That was the only one good one too.
In the private chat, we got some news on the Harry Potter reboot.
Okay.
Potential news.
TV series or whatever.
I don't care.
All right,
Brother.
me
I
too.
hope that burns. I hope Jacob.
No!
burns alive. I hope she.
Yeah, we
Listen.
do.
I hope
Can we talk
No,
about it
no.
without
Please,
bringing
I
JK
ain't
up,
gonna- no, bro.
please?
I'm not
Because
gonna
there's a
say-
lot of
I'm
young
gonna
actors
say
that are
terrible
going to.
things that I'm just not gonna stop. So no.
Okay, hold on. I'm messaging someone.
Woo!
No. What if it's coming out? Boy, what if it's
I
coming out
hate-
next year?
One, I hate the logo.
What?
Two,
Oh my goodness!
it feels bad that this
X-Men
news comes out
97?
right
Oh, that's
after an actor has
2026.
passed.
What?
What?
You?
What are we
I
talking
mean,
about?
here, hold on. Let me bring it up. My stream.
It's like Warner Brothers didn't even wait.
What are we talking about?
Harry Potter reboot. He does not like the logo.
That's fake.
And he's
It's fake. Oh my
That's
god.
viral
You could-
Facebook post rumored casting for the upcoming
Oh
Harry
my
Potter
God.
reboot series.
That's fake. If that's
A
real,
mock-up.
Yeah, like look, bro. Like that's not.
They
That's not
announced the
even-
show.
That's not how
This show is
HBO
happening.
Like the Max logo is not like that. That's no, and also the Harry Potter. No.
But look at who they have
Talking about like the rumor cast or friend casting?
They have the names of them, but not
Go
the-
down, Max. I guess.
And
I mean,
who passed in the Harry Potter? Oh, the lady. What's her name?
Well, pretty much
Anne.
half the cast
Maggie
at
Smith.
this point, but yeah.
Maggie Smith, yeah.
She was a great actress, amazing actress.
I liked her in Hook. Hook, yeah, she was good in Hook.
yes, she was.
Okay, well, 2026 magic begins. We're getting to a point where if you there's not going to be any. Can I be real, CGH? I understand you're this is a very important IP for you, but you are going to get to a situation where we need to stop. What people could certainly express their feelings and opinions, but you're not going to be able to do any projects because someone's going to pass. We're getting to the point where these IPs are getting so certain age, where I even to that part I understand why eventually Lucasfilm wanted to kill off these characters because the actors aren't going to be there anymore. What are you going to do, CJH? You're going to every single property someone's going to pass.
Well, this should be animated.
You can't even even start new
Yeah.
characters, and you have the unfortunate things that happen with Ahsoka and Mandalorian. You had an actor pass in each situation.
It made me so angry in 2008 when people online were going, well, they can never use the Joker anymore. The Joker needs to be retired now that Heath Ledger passed. I'm like, no, this Joker, the character of the Joker predates Heath Ledger. Like, I mean, Heath Ledger wasn't even born when that character was created. These characters, actors come in.
Born. Well, his mother was.
When you have these characters, actors come in. I mean, maybe it was something like an Indiana Jones, where Harrison Ford originated the character. The character originated in that film. But when you have literary characters that appear in movies and books, these actors are just taking on an existing role, and they may do a great job, but it's not their character. The character predates them or their
agree with that.
performance. So
Yeah, I can't wait for the little kids to suck ass. I'm playing.
Yeah, but they could have at least waited a couple of weeks.
I do wish people. Please,
This may not be an official thing though. CJ.
Yeah, please do not attack the kids, whoever they cast for the HBO show next year.
They're going to have enough issues. Yeah, there's going to be, honestly, they may, people that sign on might have issues getting other work. You don't know. Unfortunately.
Well, it's going to be what I think they're doing 6 seasons. Yeah, 6 seasons.
Well, let's do about like 18 minutes of mailbag.
Yeah, we never get in that community movie, unfortunately. Like, bro, even the actress said, "Oh, it's paused because of budget reasons." Okay, bro, so just give up. We're not getting that then.
Okay, let's see who else is in here. Okay,
Right.
Isaac's in there. We'll do a few from Jacob and one from Isaac there. So Jacob McKenzie made his epic return to the mailbag. Thank you, Jacob. What is happening with my light there? Thoughts on Rob Liefeld? Says, I'm hearing really great things about James Gunn's Superman. I cannot be more psyched. Superman is my favorite superhero of all space and time.
I like Rob because he's a fan.
Does he mainly work on Marvel or DC too?
I think he did DC Universe.
he did Titans. He did
DC Universe, so he has connection to the comic.
So he's saying the buzz around Superman is really good. I hope so. I mean,
sure.
I believe it. I believe it.
Hopefully, it's better than his artwork.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
People don't like Rob Liefeld's drawing feet or hands.
No, if it was 1990, Rob, sure.
Or doesn't draw feet.
Yeah, if we're talking about 1990 Rob Spell, yes, but current one, hell no, he does not know how to draw good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to Isaac, the biggest movie fan, great supporter of the channel. Really, thank you for leaving a topic in the mailbag, Isaac. Really great. Max, do you think a reason why Joker 2 flop is because people are just burned out with the DC brand for what Warner Brothers has done to it? I know Joker is DC Elseworlds, but do you think that's the reason?
No.
I don't think people are burning out on Joker. I think people have certain expectations with Joker. And when you announce a sequel too, even though the first one was so different, people expect things when a sequel or expand the universe. And I think the biggest issue is that I don't know because I haven't seen it yet, but it kind of gives some answers to some things that were more vague in the first movie. I mean, people, and I don't think people are on board with that. I think some of the reason for the
People
success of
are
the first
just
one
not-
was just it
it's
was more
going over
open ended
people's
than
heads.
this one. I think
Right.
that's my thoughts on it.
God forbid you don't give people the movie they wrote in their head.
No, that's true. That's absolutely true, Joe. That's a factor. Yes, it kind of answers some things that were open ended in the first one, and once you do that, when you do like, what if Christopher Nolan had some of his movies, like what if Memento people rewatch it and like have different theories? What if they get Memento 2 and it's just like, no, your theories are garbage on this? You know, there's going to be backlash regardless. So that's part of the reason why people said they shouldn't have done it. I think they should have done it, but yeah. Great question, Isaac.
Everyone builds their own canon in their head. So
yeah, that happens all the time.
That's
why I like to give movies I like to watch a movie twice, especially if I didn't really enjoy it the first time. I go in the second time without expectations and just watch it for what it is. Everyone has some types of expectations when they go to the movie.
I also think that's the reason why a lot of people start turning on TV shows around season 3 or 4. Like, you know, we've seen it with so many shows, Buffy, Lost, Heroes. I mean, you can name like all these genre shows where you get to a certain point and the fans turn on them. And I think it's because you go into season 1 not knowing what to expect and you go with the flow. You're like, what is this? But then once you're a couple seasons in, you start having expectations on where these characters are going to go. And if it does, and there's certain fans that if it doesn't go the way they wanted it to, they're like, well, it sucks now.
Yeah. Well, some things don't work to have multiple seasons. Some things only work for 1 or 2 seasons. And then once you get past it, you're kind of reaching on your project, what you're putting into it.
All right, so Jacob also says new horror movies releasing before Halloween include Smile 2,
yeah,
Time Cut. I haven't heard of that one. Terrifier 3, Don't Move, Mr. Crockett, You're a Monster. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Excuse me. The Platform 2, It's What's Inside, Woman of the Hour. Which one would you be most interested in?
Mr. Crockett.
Mr. Crockett.
I
haven't
that's
even seen the trailer for that.
It reminds me of a creepypasta story I'll be reading.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Only one I've heard of is Woman of the Hour, and I didn't really get horror movie vibes from that. I got more of like a suspense thriller, but it looks interesting.
I would say for me it would be Smile 2, Terrifier 3, and I'll see Your Monster with Melissa.
I do definitely want to see Smile 2 because I love Naomi Scott. I like her in a role.
I'm thinking about seeing the first one. People keep talking about that movie.
First one was great,
Go
man.
check it out on
Oh,
Paramount
I
Plus.
hated that movie.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take Blue Jay's recommendation, Joe.
Check it. I think it's on Paramount Plus. If it's
It was on Paramount Plus when I first saw it, but I don't know if it's still there. So I would still check it out if you still have Paramount Plus.
I say watch It Follows instead. I thought it ripped off It Follows, and It Follows is much better.
Jacob also says thoughts on Al Pacino reveals that he starred in Jack and Jill because he had no money.
Oh, I think.
How did Al Pacino not have money?
I remember. So I was 11 years old, and I did went to go see Jack and Jill. I remember the freaking Dunkachino freaking commercial thing. I was
yes,
like,
the Dunkachino, yes.
And then now years later, this was the reason behind it. I was like, okay. You're Al Pacino. You was in freaking Scarface and all that stuff. You're iconic. How do you ran out of money? That's my question.
I think he's joking, but if it like the actors are, but it's funny.
I mean, they do joke, but I don't think he'd be like broke.
That movie's
like
an
Al Pacino
abomination.
broke.
I don't like the movie.
I mean, some actors, some actors, they have a ton of money, but they make bad investments. Look at Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage, he was a spendthrift. He was like buying like everything inside. I still to this day joke he had the largest collection of Elvis Presley memorabilia, and then he married Lisa Marie. I'm like, you didn't really love her; you just needed her for your collection.
That's really messed up.
That's messed up. Wow.
That's probably not wrong.
Well,
it's like, you know what? I got his guitar.
I like that. That was good.
I even got his wife. Perfect fit for
his daughter.
His daughter.
I got his wife. Well, I got
He got his daughter.
No,
Got my
wow.
daughter. I said,
Oh, his daughter.
Yeah, the
Perfect
daughter.
fit for myself. Like, yo.
Interesting take, Joe.
Yeah.
I think
Here,
that it's
send in
funny.
this glass case.
It came at a time in my life that I needed it because it was after I found out I had no more money. My accountant was in prison. Oh, okay, that's different.
Okay.
That's different. If your accountant takes money from you, but
Oh.
I needed
that's
something
fucked up.
quickly, so I took this. There's the thing I do in the film. They got me doing a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. You know how many people think I actually made that commercial? So I didn't know about the accountant in prison thing. Yeah, I
I didn't know
understand.
about the ear. That's something different.
You should
That
actually
is the
do
perfect
a-
excuse for being in a dumpster fire movie. My
He should
accountant
actually
stole all my
do-
money. What do you want me to do?
You know what? He
Maybe
should
that-
actually do a
Maybe that's
Dunkin'
the excuse.
Donuts
Maybe that was the
commercial.
excuse. But he didn't like really meant that. He was in the movie, but he didn't really mean it though. Probably just fire the
You know
joke.
what? He should actually do a Super Bowl commercial with just Dunkachino.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah. I would
Look,
totally
Now
love
that he said this, he should come back. Yes, that would be hilarious if they got him back after he said this.
Yeah.
Might well.
He'll have him with Ben Affleck as well. 'cause
When I
he's
did,
Dunkin'
when I
Donuts
need to
as well.
pinch my pennies, I go to Dunkin' Donuts, or I advertise for them.
Or have him with Ben Affleck as well as Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, let me see what else is here.
9 minutes max.
Yeah, thank you, Six. Jacob says thoughts on you. McGregor says he wants to return as Clone Wars era Obi-Wan Kenobi alongside Anakin Skywalker.
Oh,
I'd have to
man.
be younger. It's the de-aging, and then Hayden Christensen. I could really get back together again.
How many times have I been hearing something like that? Oh,
No, thank you.
I think it would be a flashback
I'll
scene.
be
As
honest,
I don't
think-
see a
I
whole
think
series.
I think we do deserve a scene between him and Hayden in the Clone War outfit. We already got one in Ahsoka.
I think you'll get that. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get. Hopefully, in Ahsoka season 2, they give us a flashback of him and Hayden.
I thought the
and-
show was
and-
canceled.
No, they could do in a second season.
Oh,
Start
okay.
production next year.
I
Yeah,
heard
no,
it
it was successful. I mean, the character of Ahsoka is a
Well,
very
funny
popular
enough is
character.
that
okay,
well,
I'll
you
think
know what's
something else.
funny about Ahsoka?
Mm.
I
Yeah,
never. I think the
thinking-
Clone Wars stuff was cool. I wasn't as hyped up as everybody were because I was just mostly like, okay, can we go find Ezra, please? I wasn't caring about those
Died long
characters in
ago.
Clone Wars. I mean, I love Clone Wars, but I care about my boy Ezra.
Well, like the thing is, like she was the most hated character in Clone Wars season 1 and 3, and then after that, everybody started loving her. And she became popular.
Darth
and
Vader
then
should have killed Ahsoka
love her.
long ago.
No, she shouldn't die. No, hell no.
All right, this is interesting. Chris Evans has set a new record. He appeared 7 times in the post-credit scene. All of his appearances in post-credit scene: Captain America, The Avengers, Ant-Man, Captain Marvel, Civil War, Homecoming, Deadpool, Wolverine. And he's also had 2 of the ones I hated the
Thor.
most. The ones I hated the most were the ones in Deadpool and Wolverine. I liked the movie. I didn't like the
the one
okay.
with him and him lying to
with
Yeah,
him
yeah.
actually.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Thanks, Joe. Joe had to go.
yeah, him lying to yeah.
And then the other one where he's in Captain America suit and he does like a promo for high schools.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
hated
a
that
homecoming. I like that. That's
But
funny.
I was
That's the thing
waiting. I don't remember which movie it was for, and I was waiting for something really cool, and it was just a silly one. I'm like, oh, I hate those.
Hmm.
I like ones that hint at something that's cool that's going to happen, not just
Wait.
a joke.
Gotta give it to Chris Evans though. He know how to have fun.
Yes. Thoughts on Giancarlo Esposito and the possibility of Moff Gideon's return? I know they're making a movie. I don't know if I'll go back to being a show. I did leave a perfect opening, so there's a possibility that Moff Gideon will return. Does anyone think Moff Gideon will be in the Mandalorian movie?
He'll be Darth Gideon.
Darth Gideon.
Darth
Yes.
Gideon, I like that.
That'd be funny though. I don't know.
I hope so.
The expectation at the end of that was he died, right? Because he fell.
Like a
asleep.
breaking news.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, no one's really dead until they're vaporized.
This is exactly what Joker 2 needed. Was Francis Ford Coppola of Megaflopolis has expressed that he at least likes Joker 2. Ever since The Hangover, he's always one step ahead of the audience, never doing what they expect. Congratulations to Joker for all they do. What are you congratulating them for, Coppola?
Both
makes
movies
sense.
flopped, so I don't think he
Yeah.
should be controversial.
Congratulations, you got paid. I don't know.
Yeah.
We got breaking
Yeah, I mean,
news.
they're both. You know that meme that they say exactly two dumb motherfuckers are telling each other, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what they do.
Oh.
Exactly. Both of them.
I'm trying to end before 2 hours. So what do you have? Okay.
So
5 minutes.
All right, hold on. Let me do it here. You're a member. Let me bring up the. Where is it? Where is it? Oh.
Breaking news.
All right.
Okay, so Marvel Studios will
Oh,
continue to
God.
use CGI to make Hugh Jackman look younger until he's literally 90.
No, but
CJH.
Come on, bro. This is like okay.
You get yourself.
Whatever.
You get your ass on camera after you do that shit. That was it.
Oh my
I'm trying to
God.
be
This
on
is a
time
joke.
here.
This was clearly a joke. Like, oh my
I know exactly what it was.
I knew where it was going with that. That's pretty hilarious.
Okay. Okay, let's just do. We have time for one or two more. Thoughts on Kevin McGuire talks about Superman. They showed us everything. They showed us pre-production stuff. They showed us some footage. I got to walk around the
The
Fortress
comic
of
book writer.
Solitude set, watch them shoot a scene. There's definitely JLI sort of influence.
Justice League International.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Anthony. So that's great. I mean, there's a lot of great buzz, and I just don't. I don't think it's possible for this movie to flop of how much they're putting into it. They're doing a lot in there. It
I think
seems
it's
like
a-
it's a hefty ideas. Like it's not just Superman Returns was just a basic bitch.
Fact.
Listen, there wasn't much to it. That's it. It was just an homage. That's it.
Just a home, yeah, very much a homage to the classic.
I mean, it had Lex Luthor in it. It had a weird Lex Luthor storyline, and that's it. He saves a plane. That was the coolest scene in there when he saved the plane.
You gotta rewatch that movie.
I do have to rewatch it, but I mean,
Still,
what
I'll
really
watch
amazing happened in it, CJH? That was cool. What cool storyline?
Well, before it turned out that he was a word that I cannot. Well, I don't know. An asshole, I guess.
Kevin
a
Spacey.
Creep. Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
he was okay as Lex Luthor.
I thought he was just a homage to Gene Hackman's. That wasn't that great. Gene Hackman was a superior, even before everyone turned on Spacey for his bad behavior. I just didn't like it. Okay, let's one more.
Spacey deserve it.
Thoughts on Matthew Lillard will return to film Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in early November. I'm really thrilled. I think the script's fantastic. The whole cast is great, and I think we're all excited to come back. I know this is a really popular franchise. Thank you, Jacob, and thank you everyone.
Are we talking the Friday Five Nights at Freddy?
Yeah, it's a big franchise.
You know who
for young-
should appear this time that didn't appear in the last one? That almost was going to appear. Markiplier.
And thank God that didn't happen because he sucks. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. I know people like Markiplier.
He's well known.
Does anyone recommend watching Five Nights at Freddy's?
I know
It's a decent
Mad
horror
Pat
movie.
was in the first one.
No.
I don't know. If you like fun movies, watch
I
it.
like Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard's a horror movie vet, so if he's excited about that's something.
Yeah.
And people like the franchise. I'm happy you get a sequel. I think some people like that. It did the decent up box office. So this is where we're gonna end it. Thank you, Sticks. Thank you, Isaac, Anthony, Jeff, CGH, especially Blue Jay. Thank you, Blue Jay. And all the viewers and everyone that was on. I really appreciate it. I am going to end it because we are at a 7-day free trial. We need to finish From, and that's a great series. So we will leave you with this.
Good night and good luck, everyone.